Okay, so have you guys heard of Tartarian? Tartarian. I believe that's how you say it. Well, Tartarian is. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Um, I've always been fascinated by the old churches. I love the old Catholic church buildings, even though they're creepy and demonic and they're ritualistic, whatever. I've always loved the architecture. And then they have these turrets on top, and then they have some sort of a steel rod. And the Victorian buildings have that. And I was learning about a year ago about this haunted place in Ireland, and there was just so much energy there, and so many spirits, and so many different people talked about it. And I'd read this article. There was like four different, peaks, like a castle peak top, and they had these rods, and that was originally to create electricity for the home. And there's I belong to a Tartarian group, and Murril, Muril, on Facebook. Check that out, and check out some stuff in Google and pictures. It's all about, free energy. It's like they wiped our memory, all these really cool old buildings and these free energy it generated, and like the Catholic church buildings, the geometry of the windows, right, was all about capturing light and energy, and some of it was for, dark rituals probably, but they like wiped our memory. And then in the Tartarian stuff, there's these giants too. So like this civilization that is just gone. And it's really interesting. And then of course, there's Inter Earth, and there's the Admiral Byrd and the Inner Earth and all that. That stuff is just really, really interesting to me. And, they forced the electricity into a wire so that, and, we don't, it's part of the debt slavery and not free energy. But that's all still there. It's all still available. I remember hearing a couple of decades ago about this Smithsonian trip that was hired down I think it was the Rio Grande, down through the Grand Canyon. I have to check, but I just was so fascinated at there's this park, like a national park, that they cordoned off. They won't let anybody in. And apparently back then they'd found these caves, and they found all these giant mummies, which, like 3 times the size of humans. And I remember thinking that was really interesting. And then you see those places with the big steps and, big stones and technology. And then, of course, you got Lemuria and all of that. But I've just been studying a lot of stuff on that Tartarian and what the Earth was. And it's kind of like we've been memory wiped of it. It's really fascinating. And then all the buildings that are still residual. Like in the town that I live, there's a turret in one of the buildings downtown. In the old pictures, you can see that it had that top on it. And they're all over the world. Just these really unique architecture using geometry and kind of like castle tops and to create energy. And anyway, check it out. Tartarian, Tartarian and Murril architecture is one of the Facebook groups, and it's just really fascinating. But anyway, that's all I got to say right now on that subject. Bye for now.